Are you struggling to conceive? You have options, and at Piedmont Reproductive Endocrinology Group, we'll make sure you have the guidance and support you need. PREG is known for individualized fertility care that's unique to every patient. We take the time to provide a reassuring and empowering experience because we believe that you deserve nothing less. Let us help you on your journey to parenthood. Visit us at pregonline.com to learn more. Get the guidance and support you need at Piedmont Reproductive Endocrinology Group.
Well, all right. Well, I think we delayed this long enough. You know, I had that coming in since Monday. I've been feeling kind of rough. So, no. And then yesterday I finally got hit with it. Now I'm going to take a chug of this here NyQuil, and we're going to go get this thing started, all right? So, let's do it from the top. It's 2022, and I think it's time to go ahead and kick some more ass, especially on the show that started it all. Welcome to the J-Man Show here on
J360 Radio!
Lucky Land Casino, asking people, what's the weirdest place you've gotten lucky?
Lucky? In line at the deli, I guess?
Aha, in my dentist's office. More than once, actually.
Do I have to say?
Yes, you do.
In the car before my kids' PTA meeting.
Really?
Yes.
Excuse me, what's the weirdest place you've gotten lucky?
I never win and tell.
Well, there you have it. You can get lucky anywhere, playing at LuckyLandSlots.com. Play for free right now. Are you feeling lucky? No purchase necessary. Void where prohibited by law. 18+. Terms and conditions apply. See website for details.
Okay, round two. Name something that's not boring.
A laundry? Ooh, a book club. Computer solitaire, huh?
Ah, sorry, we were looking for Chumba Casino. That's right, ChumbaCasino.com has over 100 casino-style games. Join today and play for free for your chance to redeem some serious prizes. ChumbaCasino.com. No purchase necessary. Void where prohibited by law. 18+. Terms and conditions apply. See website for details.
Yo, what's going on, ladies and gentlemen? How are you all doing tonight? And that includes you unidentifiable MFs out there. Welcome to the J-Man Show here on J360 Radio. I'm your host, J-Man, of course. And it feels so good to be back on the show that started it all, my show. And not only that, behind my mic, having a good time where I'm at in the land of three counties still. But just let me tell you this, though, working my way towards westward every friggin' day. So, hey, hope you all have been doing fine so far. I mean, here we are still in the first full week of the new year. And, yeah. Well, of course, you know, in case you've been under a rock, I mean, what they're talking about on the news right now is the insurrection that isn't an insurrection, but it totally is an insurrection that did happen on January the 6th. Yeah, it's been a year since, man, and looking and listening from some of these people that recall the moments that happened and took place, I mean, it probably hits you all a little different than me. I remember sitting there watching it on TV, and I was the whole time looking around for where you know, security was kind of lax that day, wasn't it? Wasn't it kind of weird looking back on it? Because I guarantee if it was a whole bunch of people that were of a certain degree and all that kind of stuff, you know, it wouldn't be that. They wouldn't even make it into the building. So I'm just looking at that stuff. And I remember way back when it's are they going to hold these people accountable that they did catch? The ones that didn't care, the ones that, you know. And some of them, I guess they are. And then some of them, I don't know. It's odd within itself, especially the resolution of all this kind of stuff. And really, they need to go after Captain Crazy too, but I don't know if they're going to go after him or not. It's like this: the act and the crimes have already been committed. Why does this country have a hard time holding the ones responsible accountable for these things? Really powerful people, Jay. Yeah, I bet. New Year, same problems, man. And I'm going to tell you this. It's only because there are people out there that don't care. And then there are people who learn from this and realize, hey, I get a slap on the wrist, so I can go ahead and do whatever the hell I want to do. Instead of something like, you know, putting the fear of God in them and stuff like that. Be like, oh, you never do that crap again. You know, make them really, really understand where you're coming from. But I don't know. I don't know where this where we go with this whole thing. And I just look at it. It really makes me sick. I mean, had I organized something like that, I wouldn't be here. I'd be full of holes in the inside of a pine box, sitting there catching daisies and all that other stuff. I just just nowadays when I look at that kind of news reporting and I look at all this other stuff, it's enough to make you sick. And I'm already there, so I don't need any more of that. Of course, I checked this NyQuil, though. I'm feeling pretty good. It's coming through me. Vapor cool. But as I look at this and I look over to other things, I see that a lot of you guys are actually taking charge and stepping up. Our reigns have come, ladies and gentlemen. Let's make this year ours. Note I said ours, not no future belongs to female, no future belongs to males. The ones that want it the most. I'm talking to y'all. Yeah. No gender politics here. Equal opportunity for everybody. And the thing about equal opportunity is, don't look for no special treatment. Go get what's yours. Assert your dominance, damn it. That's what I do. I mean, at the end of the day, I listen to people all the time with their old stuff. Your narratives make me want to puke too. I mean, I hear it. And it's like this. Like, people are still going on and on about that. Like, somebody's subjugated here, somebody's not achieving there. Oh, amplify black voices, yet at the same time when the black voice wants to talk, you want to go ahead and you want to smother that inwards. Yeah. Nah, I don't want to hear the voice of the black. I want to go ahead and amplify it through my voice. That way so they know and I can tell them how I feel, said outraged Caucasoid. Yeah, you see him all the time, dude. This stuff is off the chain. I'm watching my tone and my temper tonight, because it's not year's end, and at the end of the day, we're starting new. And as I say, my reign has come. It has come. Things have been coming for me in a beautiful way, and I'm still holding on to that trend and just keep on going. Not listen to anything else that could be distracting, such as like people's suggestions are saying, hey, are you going to do the podcasts on video? Hey, are you going to do all this stuff? Hell no. Right now, you don't deserve that kind of stuff. Oh yeah, I take the time and I go ahead and I work on double the workload to make sure that you are going to enjoy a show that you're not even going to watch. No, I don't think so. I think I'm going to stay the course, do what I do, have something else for J360 TV, and when J360 TV keeps booming and going where it needs to do, which, by the way, it has been. It's been doing fine with the latest Power Play episodes. And I know it needs a little more, so I'm working on that as we speak. But it's just as is, folks. I mean, like, you can go ahead and give me these suggestions, but I know much like my stake in it is about as good as your stake in it, except that my stake will be there on the good days and bad days, your stake will not. Don't give me this crap. It's kind of like Bell and the Cat. Like we're all a group of mice coming into council talking about a great idea in a way that it sacrifices many, but to save the few. You know what I'm saying? Or vice versa, sacrifice a few to save many. And you know how risk aversion is a very beautiful thing for some people. The ones that sit there and spend all their money on stupid stuff instead of like working on financial freedom or preparing for like, ways to retire. Little crazy stuff like that. It's like that too, because people will sit there, have these great ideas, but they won't go the full extreme to get that idea happen. I mean, at least that's what we can say about the ones that stormed the Capitol. They had an idea and they followed through on it, and it was very, very stupid. And little did you realize, like the accountability that should have taken place was, I mean, the guards that were there should have lit them up. Tell you that right now, because like it's kind of like when y'all were talking about breaking into Area 51. They have the right to shoot you on sight, and they did shoot this one woman. And the thing about it is guess what, right? You see, they had this dude speaking out saying, like, that's not America. That's not the way America's supposed to be. Hello, that was your whole damn point, wasn't it? To go ahead and break in there and to stop the whole thing about the election and stuff, to hold them hostage for that? Wasn't that your whole damn thing? See, I don't get it. It's like that until you get caught, isn't it? It was for the right reasons until you got caught. And you see, the damnedest thing is like, when it comes to that, yeah, sure, go ahead and break in Area 51. Nice knowing you, because guess what? They have orders to shoot you on sight. which means they'll tag you and then they'll bag you later. And then eventually they probably won't even get anything identifiable. They'll just send a letter out or something, say, hey, we done shot this stupid MF in the face. And you know what? Because he went ahead and did something above and beyond the call of stupidity. This is unforgivable stupidity here. And there's quite a lot of that out there in the world too. You know? So I was like, yeah, go ahead and try to break into these government institutions. And when the government has its right to defend itself against its own people, then you're going to see how powerful the government really is. What is a government without its people? Who the hell are you? Pow! That's it. Ain't thinking about your behind. Ain't thinking about your sorry behind. That's about as all it's going to be, man. And even right now, where it's like, you know what? Hey, I don't know how to hold people accountable, even though they're right in front of me. It's just a lot of lying and a lot of, how can you put it? No spines at all in this whole thing. Oh yeah, you talk a big game on TV, but when it comes to actual practice, I wonder. You know what I mean? I really wonder. But there are some people that really didn't think this was going to happen and just get through a good day. And then there are people whose safety is at risk. So, but nobody thinks about that. Especially the radicals, they don't think about that. They think that, I have my outlandish idea and I'm going to go ahead and follow through on it. But accountability comes in many forms. You know what I'm saying? Just like with me and my stuff sometimes, yes, accountability comes in many forms. When I'm really tired of it, yeah, I follow through on it, though. That's it. To the last nail, damn it! You'll never take me alive. It's kind of like this with this head cold going on. You really think I was going to let another day slip by without me giving you guys, some insight in the middle of the week? I don't think so. It's a good thing I had the free parking here on Thursday so I could go ahead and do it. Yeah, man. But you know what? As we do have this new year, you'll see that new year, same problems. So, and just like somebody else said this not too long ago, oh, I think these dudes need to stop podcasting, go back into building houses, blah, blah, blah. And it was another generic Twitter statement from somebody that wishes that they were a rapper or somebody of E-fame. But they get all this press because there's somebody else out there who sits there, looks at that, and has no thought in their own mind, but they go ahead and they reshare it so as a way to get some sort of lifestyle together. And no, I'm not throwing shade at people who reshare my Twitter posts. But it's insane sometimes, man. It's insane how people will take, like, anything that somebody writes and go ahead and act like that's the ideologue to live by. Because there was this particular girl, one of the models on Instagram, decided to share that beautiful nonsense and say, oh, do you think it's true? Do you think dudes need to stop podcasting? And I'm sitting there thinking this. I'm like, what makes you think it's dudes podcasting? It's not always dudes. I mean, like, not everybody's Joe Budden doing a podcast. Which, by the way, I think technically Joe Budden and Joe Rogan and anybody else up in there and the hierarchy of podcasting, like, I mean, even Mark Marrow to a point, even though I like his podcast, but still at the same time, I'm like, it is what it is. But, up there, like all these quote, quote, kings of podcasting, even though at the same time, I'm going to tell you about podcasting. The hell with them. I mean, like, yeah, they talk about the same generic crap over and over again. Plus, they have clout that matches other people's clout, which is why they're able to pull people like Elon Musk in. You don't think, right? You don't think that they had a career where, like, Joe Rogan was a comedian and the host of Fear Factor a long time ago before he even considered podcasting. And then when all that stuff came into play and Spotify gave him that contract, yeah, sure, he became famous. And then he became famous outside of a lot of people who've been in the podcast game way before his ass showed up. I'm being serious. These dudes get stuff. It ain't just dudes. Don't the ladies from The Office have a podcast too? Because you really give a damn about what happened on that show throughout its entire seasons, even though I wonder how they still have a lot to talk about. I wonder how certain people have these things based off of a finite resource, and somehow they still have things to talk about. I saw a podcast on Melrose, about Melrose Place, man. And I'm like, damn, the show wasn't that good. But some of y'all live by that stuff. Hell, I say the same thing about Friends. So before some of y'all come and uproar about it, and I'm sitting there looking at y'all, I'm like, hey, fight me, damn it. But it's the truth. I don't care about none of that stuff. That's why I didn't partake in it. I don't really listen to Joe. I don't listen to both of the Joe's podcasts at all. They're not interesting to me. I'm usually doing my own thing. But see, the thing is, when you use a narrative like that and you assign a gender to it, I don't know if you realize just how ignorant you are, or at the same time, you're over here retweeting another moron's comment. You understand what I'm saying? Because there's a lot of women I know that do podcasts. And not only that, but you see, those that, like, why is it always the dudes? I always wonder that. Like, why is it always, like, the battle of the sexist thing all the time? I mean, at the end of the day, all genders need each other, so I don't know what the hell, like, people get out of when you get a high, you get a prideful boast at the same time. I'm gonna tell you, in response to that lady that posted that crap, if it wasn't for your ass, wouldn't nobody be paying attention to you. I mean, shoot, I could do your job. All I gotta do is, like, get, like, 2 small balloons, put it on my ass, wear some tight-fitting jeans, and, make sure, like, the balloons are skin tone colored, so I give a little, a little Plymouth Rock show right there to everybody that wants to see the crack of my ass. Even though, once again, it's not really my ass, but Photoshop is one hell of an app, isn't it? People are so damn stupid, man. I just look at this stuff. Podcasting is going to be one of the industries that is going to have a big boom from here until, 2035, they say? And the truth is that, guess what? Podcasting is not as lame as people make it out to be, and podcasting is not the reason for most people's problems. I'm telling you that right off. Because, see, the thing about podcasting is, you got people in it that really podcast and don't care about the way their numbers are because they have something to say, like me. Or you have people who really podcast and they make profitable businesses off of it, but at the same time help other people's businesses grow, like certain people I do know in the industry. And then there are people like you. People like you that think, hey, I bought a Yeti, now I'm going to go ahead and talk about some bull that you don't even participate in, and at the end of the day, go ahead and try to say, like, oh, well, I'm going to get popular. People are actually going to enjoy my podcast. That's what y'all do. Talk about the latest movie that came out. Talk about, like, how fine you are or whatever the hell it goes on. And even then, like, I'll hurt your feelings on that, too. Sometimes when you have your makeup and it looks like that, it looks like all to be damned. That ain't art. That's, you know what I mean? That's I would say that's ass. Yes, ass. And personification. There, I'll give you a whole exhibit on that. Or you go ahead and you try to lump on somebody else's podcast because Lord knows originality's dead. So, hey, if I can go ahead and take what's popular and I can sponge off of that real good to the point where I'll use the same name of said podcast, yeah, that's what it is. People are stupid, man. And the truth is that, guess what? I know people who try to sponge off of me. And I know when I talk about it on this program here, people sit there, they don't say nothing until, like, Jams comes around. And when Jams comes around, they think all bets are off. Oh, yeah, everything's all smooth in Copa City. I can come back up in here, and I'm good in Jay's eyes. No, son. I'm sitting there, and I'm stringing up my bow and arrow, and I know exactly who's going to get the whole tip inside of that chest. Trust me. I have no respect for people who do this. All right? Flattery is like, they say flattery is like the best, or imitation is the highest form of flattery or something. But at the end of the day, if you're just going through there trying to paint by numbers, you're a lazy ass punk. And let me tell you this, you don't even deserve the idea of podcasting. On the real, podcasting is an art form. If anything, it was supposed to be like the alternative to radio. And yeah, I know it says J360 Radio here, and it is radio because we're live. But the thing is this. When you see, like, people go too far about what podcasting is and what podcasting isn't, podcasting used to be just about what you made it to be. What did you have? Did you have stories to tell? Did you have something to present to people? Did you have anything that makes you interesting other than worrying about, oh yeah, how am I going to make some money and how am I going to get popular and famous and all that jazz? Did you ever think about that? No, you didn't think about that. You just thought, once again, I'll buy a Yeti and I'll use my laptop and I'll go and I'll talk to people based off of whatever I can find. I'll use Anchor, which is free, to go ahead and get me started, even though Anchor is Spotify, and that's my way of doing it. Yeah, I hear this crap all the time, and then people are always like, gee, what do I podcast? Yeah, you get 5 good episodes, and then all of a sudden you start wondering what the hell you're going to talk about next by the 6th. I bet on it. Plateaus. You know? And that's not to say, like, the people that I mentor, so, like, the people that I see that will probably take up their next steps in podcasting or actually have something to talk about or actually are willing to step up and enjoy the ride of this whole thing, to me, you're podcasters. To me, that you're somebody that's not in this for the trends. That's not in this because Russell Brand has a quote podcast or because your favorite celebrities out there blowing smoke out there and didn't do any damn research, whatever. You did it because you believed in it. And I've seen a lot of people in the podcast game come, and I've seen a lot of people in the podcast game go. I've seen people be like, oh, I can't do this show anymore and all that kind of stuff. And I always look at them like, well, why is that? And then I realized they ran out of material. Or I realized that, they got tired of all the crazy stuff that goes on with it because there's a bunch of amateurs that run around here think that they relevant about stuff. And we all started off rough. I mean, like, I look at the first season of my show and I remember how I really started off. I had a broken laptop, a snowball, and a SoundCloud, but I never let it stop me. I just went ahead and I ran with it because I had something to say. But I also had my background in radio production when I went to one of the tech schools around here. So, I always had something to talk about. But I definitely had something to say about the way things are in the creator economy. Oh, which is funny. I like it when a lot of people try to tell me how YouTube's dead, but there are people who make money off of YouTube. Or they try to tell me, like, content creating is hard, and I already know it because I eat, sleep, and breathe it. I've been at this for well over 10 years, and it's been rewarding. Trust me, it has. But when I hear people go too far with that nonsense, or they go ahead and try to say, you stupid bastard. I speak on behalf of all of you out there that have, don't know how to have the words to say what you need to say. But at the end of the day, if you really want a podcast, just go ahead and podcast. You can do it through your phone. It doesn't matter about how the journey goes. It's where you take it. It's where you follow it. It's like art. Art takes a lot of courage to do, especially if you show it to the public. Remember when I told you that story about Church and how, I don't know if Church is still living or not, but the thing is, he was up there in age. I think Colonel Sanders looked a lot younger than he did. So step into the art game when you need to, and go ahead and make your impact. Like for me, myself, okay, yes, I know a lot of musicians, but no, I'm not asking them for advice on things because I want to figure it out myself. So I started working on playing my own stuff for a little bit. You'll hear it soon, but the thing about it is, it's like, I'm taking care of that business. Just like when, I had an idea for an animated series, a lot of people in their whole thing, oh, well, somebody that draws? Yeah, I know I can draw. So I'm going to go ahead and draw. I'm going to give myself the best chance I can get, and I'll go ahead and I'll start doing some Fritz the Cat kind of stuff. But, it's just like this. Underneath all the crazy stuff about Fritz the Cat, there is a pretty good satire there. There's a lot about the satire of things. And, you're allowed to make fun of everything around here, especially if it doesn't make any damn sense. You're allowed to make fun of these Instagram models, this body positivity crap, all this stuff that's being thrown around here. And I'm going to tell you why, because at the end of the day, at the cornerstone of it, it's always a dude. You know what I mean? It's always some dude that hurt these people. And then, for a lot of people on the other side, it's always a girl that hurt this person. At the end of the damn day, it's going to take a lot, but how about this? It doesn't matter. Okay? How about it doesn't matter? It doesn't matter what people compare you to. It doesn't matter what people always do this kind of stuff about. It doesn't matter. Okay? Because if you want to be in the winner's circle, I don't think you'll be too worried about the other damn person, because you'll be too busy achieving to try to win, to try to step up a few things. I don't think at the end of the damn day you'll have the time or the pleasure to really, really care, Because you're too busy trying to win. You're like me, I'm sure. You're trying to win this whole damn thing. It doesn't matter. Almost did it, didn't I? But it's the truth. Keep that in mind. Like people didn't like me then. They damn sure don't like me now, and I'm totally okay with it. I am content. It's like this. If I hit you the wrong way, it could have been one or two things. It could have been, hey, you wanted me to do something that I didn't agree with, or B, is because I knew you were crap, and I know you were only going to slow me down, and I'm not going to have people slowing me down. This cold ain't even slowing me down. You hear me? Think about it. It's got my sinuses all bugged up to the T, but let me just tell you this. I ain't letting it stop me. None of it. Sometimes we put too much of too much power into things. You understand what I'm saying? It's just like the whole thing with relationships and stuff like that. I have a good one, but I'm going to tell you this. If I lose all myself, give all 100% over there, I ain't doing it right. There's got to be a 50-50. There's got to be a balance. And there is a balance. And the truth is that, once again, why would you want to go ahead and ruin yourself like that? I met a lot of people who do that crap, and then they got nerve to want to jump back in podcasting and air all that stuff out. And I'm not saying that you need to air all that stuff, airing, your dirty laundry's bad, but when somebody comes and takes you to task on it, you got to be aware of that stuff. You understand what I'm saying? That's the thing. But on the real, though, I mean, however you want to do it. Okay, so these dudes should stop podcasting. Okay, these girls should stop cosplaying. You know what I mean? Oh, these girls should stop showing their butt off to all these sensitive dudes out here that don't even try to take an attempt, and they stumble at all this other stuff. But that free TNA, though, right, boys? Because we the dudes, right? Or trying to influence us to buy a bunch of crap we don't even need off a Wish. Don't act like I don't know. I seen it. You know what I use, guys, that I really don't use? But at the same time, I'm walking red showing the crack of my ass because you don't see any ass all the time? Yeah. Dire straits, really. And trust me, any of y'all getting turned off or put off by this, I think it's because I'm telling the truth. I mean it. This is where we are as a people. Here in this little sector of the internet. Stupid. I mean, on the real, look. Nobody should stop podcasting. Nobody should stop cosplaying. Nobody should stop doing the things that they need to do for that little extra bit of money. Nobody should stop buying things that they may need. But you got to be smart on what you spend your money on. Nobody should stop drawing. Nobody should stop making content on YouTube. Nobody should stop making any sort of content at all. You know what I mean? If it's something that really excites you and that it's really, really important to you, why the hell would you care? Just keep doing your thing. It's like this. You can tell me about other podcasters. You can tell me about other DJs that run music shows too. You can tell me all that crap, but guess what? I still got the J-Man Show and I still got jams. And the truth is, I also have the power play. And oh yeah, I love that crap. Yeah. Oh, well, just like this one jerk last year. Try to say, oh, well, you see, we're not like Twitch. We look into the performing arts sector. Do you have performing arts? We're a friggin' production company. Of course we do. And the thing about it is, I told him straight. I said, consider us a missed opportunity, you jerk. I'll build my own, which I have. Because I don't play. None of y'all get to go ahead and do that kind of stuff. The next time your nose is lifted in there, it's either because I punched it upwards, or at the end of the day, I did not need you. And truth is that guess what? I'm always looking for more opportunity for me, my crew, and the Jam Fam at all times. I'm always out here doing that stuff. Like I say, no rest for the wild. And as I go about doing these things and stuff, and I know a lot of y'all sign up for Twitch. I mean, what are we going to say next? That Twitch streaming is, Twitch streaming is hard. Twitch streaming it's too much. Twitch streaming. You're a Twitch streamer. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Let me just tell y'all something, okay? Streaming is great, too. It's an art form. It's fun. If you feel the urge, if you feel the need to stream, then go ahead and stream. I mean, for goodness sake. And the Power Play series will always be around. It's always a part of J360 Productions history. It will always be there. I'm never not going to do the Power Play. But the thing about it is that when I see people go too far, try to act like their S don't stink, and think that, I do something real original. Man, shut up. That's all I gotta say about it. You ain't doing nothing original. It's like this. There's room for everybody. Variety is the spice of life, and I'm not gonna stop giving you guys different takes and daily doses and all these other things that I have. I'm not gonna stop doing the mini bites. I mean, I love it when people are like, oh, that show came along pretty quick. It's a mini bite. No kidding. You understand what I'm saying? And I know I made an episode called Explaining Yourself is Pointless. But if you missed the title, you done missed the whole damn boat, man. That's just the way it is. I do multiple shows in addition to jams. Jams is great, but I think a lot of the times it's because, oh, my music's on jams. You better get the hell over yourself and think about the 19 other people, on average, that are on the show. Oh, and then there's some other moron, too, that sits there and talks about, oh, I wish so-and-so was on the playlist tonight. I wish that... I said, shut up, Purple. Whatever his name is. And I flat out said it. I was like, I don't care. You didn't curate this list. I did. And you see, the thing about it is, you can say what you want about me, and I'll hold you to task on it, and I'll go toe-to-toe with you. But do not mess with the Jam Fam. Because if you mess with the Jam Fam, you will incur my wrath, and I won't stop until there is no carcass left. I am so sick of people, because you know why? Because those people, they went the ultimate step you didn't. They made a deal with me to play their tracks on a hit music show. And I stand by everything I say. You know what I mean? And if you come back every other week to have more music played or to go ahead and find other people that you have not found, that show's doing its job. And I love the way it's grown. And you know, the same thing with the J-Man show. It's not always about going after stupid people and stuff. This show is a labor of love. This show ties it all together. This is the center point of the J360 universe. And the truth is, I have a good time doing it, guys. And you know, the stuff I go through and where I need to be at as a content creator, that's always cool. And I'm not stopping podcasting anytime soon, especially as I look into other arts and especially as I work on different things for J360 TV, or I collab with other people, kind of like Marco on the SOTA pod. You know? Because I have such a good time doing it. But I also know what kind of trash lives out here on the internet. And I draw my line in the sand every time. Because this is my reign. I've been doing so good on my own, and then working with the tribe, and then the tribe's doing so good with me. There's harmony there, even though there's a hint of discord whenever I go ahead and I realize that somebody ain't about the tribe. You understand what I'm saying? And it's my job to throw them out. Go ahead and clean up said infection before it gets worse. And I got the cure, baby. Not a vaccine, I got a cure. So that's how that goes. But all in all, this is my time, this is your time, and if you really believe in what you're going to do, it's going to be successful. But like I said before, don't let other people piggyback off of you, and don't be looking for other people to give you praise, such as, oh, you do great, oh, you're amazing. Look them in the eye and say, I know. And not in an arrogant way, confidence. That is the most important thing right now. Even when I'm Westward, everybody tells me about Westward. Oh, you know, it's gonna be expensive. It's gonna be this. Yeah, and I'm gonna be there, and you're not. Now go shut the hell up. You know, and I say that all the time because it's what I wanted. I'm aiming for me, and I'm gonna be okay. Like you're gonna be okay, right? That's why I always look at. Like a lot of people that I know, I'm like, you're okay, right? So think about that from time to time. And like with your music and stuff like that, make your music. Make your films. Make this stuff count. Like, it's, you know who says that crap? Amateurs do. People who didn't make their so-called downloads in a month. Weak-willed so-and-sos. It's taking all the willpower I need right now to go ahead and do this show for you tonight. It's going to take the same for me to do the hangout tomorrow because I'm not going back to bed to rest up all the time. I'll sit up in my chair and rest, but at the same time, I'm always working. Because this is my reign. And this should be your reign too. And just don't let nothing stop you. And here's the thing. The powers that be have rules and lists for everything, but you have rights too, and you need to use those creator rights. A lot of us do. Right? And stop worrying about the fans all the time and stop worrying about the haters all the time. You know, just like that whole thing I told you guys earlier. If I didn't tell you earlier, well, I'm going to tell you now. If they didn't like me then, well, they damn sure ain't going to like me now. And I'm just that awesome. It's the truth. when I started, I didn't have anybody. And right now, as we are climbing through the 6th season of the J-Man Show and going through 2022, I'm starting to see a lot of things fall off, drop off to the side, people getting quiet, staying over in their own little corners and stuff. But me, I still got to keep on going. And there's times where Al's with me, and there's times where Al's not. And then there's times where, I see my girl there, and then there's times where, she's not there. But I have to keep on going on that stand, and guess what? We'll see each other again when the time is right. And that's just the way that goes. You just have to keep going on your trailblazing. And the thing about it is, nobody can really follow me on my trailblazing. Because I'm a little bit of everywhere. And that's just the way it goes. And I have such a good time doing it. And then the new adventures are going to get even crazier than the old adventures were. And I'm looking forward to it. So, that's why I was like, this is my reign. This is my year. This is the time to do it. And I hope I inspire a lot of you out there to do it. And as I make fun of these stupid people, don't be like these stupid people. And don't be like that jerk that's in the friggin' Jams chat room, which, by the way, shows up all the time and says, gee, what did I miss? Or how long has the show been? It seems like it's going to break 4 hours. Jams has been 3 to 4 hours ever since episode 12. So whenever I hear people do that kind of stuff, I'm like, welcome to the show, dumbass. But if you don't want me to clown you and stuff like that or let you know about how you are, maybe you shouldn't go in the chat room. It's my network, pal. I ain't going nowhere. It's like that. I mean, shoot, you don't have to tell me how long a Jams episode is. I know because I'm there. And I get to stay there a little bit more extra, too, to make sure that it sounds great for those that come to the post show. So, hey, that's my lot in life, and that's what I do. But, hey, I wouldn't be J-Man if I didn't. So, that's the way it goes about it. And even as I sit here right now and I tell you guys these things, that NyQuil's starting to come in. I just feel as though I'm glad that I could get all that out for you guys right now. And, it's not all episodes are like this. But, I have such a good time telling you guys the honest truth about things. I get into it, though. I go hard in the paint. And I can't wait to see what happens in 235 because I know, just like Jams is about to hit its milestone, man, look, we at 40. It's about to be 10 from 50. Do you understand what I mean? We halfway there to 100. Oh, my God, it's so beautiful. My work. And you see, the thing is, it's about to happen for the J-Man show as well because, 300 ain't that far away. So, the milestones are going to be hit this year. Things are going to be lit in 2022. Just ride the waves, And ain't think about nobody else as I do it. Well, except someone very important to me. But that's about it, Other than that, though, I want you guys to take it easy. We will be back with something new happening on 235. And then as of right now, I'm going to go ahead and wrap this up. So I want you guys to take care of yourselves and please stay healthy. Don't get what I got. You don't want it. And don't get COVID or Omicron or asshole crying and any of that stuff either. Y'all take it easy for me. This is J-Man signing off. Peace.
Judy was boring.
Hello.
Then Judy discovered ChumbaCasino.com.
It's my little escape.
Now Judy's the life of the party.
Oh, baby, mama's bringing home the bacon.
Whoa, take it easy, Judy. The Chumba life is for everybody. So go to ChumbaCasino.com and play over 100 casino-style games. Join today and play for free for your chance to redeem some serious prizes. ChumbaCasino.com. No purchase necessary. Void where prohibited by law. 18+ terms and conditions apply. See website for details.